It's Regina, the designer for The Babe Shop. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really dramatic, non-surgical, reusable face mask. It's perfect if you like to be a little bit extra and you believe in science. I wanted to make my mask out of something that's really easy to find, either at a thrift store or that can be found around your house. So today I made this mask out of a pair of scrubs. And yes, I did do an entire photo shoot of me wearing those scrubs in my backyard. Roll the tape. Let's get started. Okay, so our first step is we're going to cut out our face mask pattern. I found mine online. It was free, and I will link it in the description below for you in case you'd like to use the exact same one that I'm using. Then you want to lay one of the legs of your scrub pants out flat, and I cut double layer, so I only had to cut 2 times and I ended up with 4 pieces total. And when you have those 4 pieces cut out, just go ahead and put them to the side. Hey,
do you like this video so far?
Why don't you let me know and hit that like button right down below.
You should hit the subscribe button.
And definitely hit the alert button right next to it, because
then you could see all of my upcoming videos.
Next step is we are going to cut out the straps that are going to hold the mask close to our face. So I wanted the straps to be super long so that they could make a really cute bow in the back. So I'm going to use the entire length of my scrub pants. So what I'm doing first is cutting the whole waistband off of the pants. Then I'm cutting up the side seam. I did this because I wanted the pants to be able to lay super flat so that I could get the straightest piece cut for the straps. And once that was done, I measured out my strap pieces and used a disappearing ink marker and cut them out. I originally had designed this mask to have thicker straps, but once I tried it, they didn't really tie the way that I wanted them to. So in this part of the video, you'll see they look really thick, and that's because they were about 4.5 inches, but then later I cut them down to the right measurement, which is 2 6/8 of an inch by 37 inches, and that's only if you're using the same mask pattern that I used. If not, just measure the width of your mask and use that. So once I was done cutting them out, I just stacked them all on top of each other and made sure that the ends were all the same length and even them all out. And I wanted that super dramatic bow, so I beveled the end as well so it looks really girly and bowy. Take your strap pieces and put them right sides together and sew them up one end, across the mitered edge, and then up the other end. You want to leave one end open so that you have enough space to be able to flip it inside out. To get it to lay flat, you want to clip the corners where you have your mitered edge and then flip the straps inside or right side out. You definitely want to take your time with this. You don't want to pull anything too harshly and then end up with a ripped seam. And then when I get to the end, I usually use a pair of scissors or a knitting needle to push it out so that it's into a point. And now just iron all of those seams out flat. So this pattern calls for a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, and after you're done sewing that front seam, you will then clip the seam allowance on the curve so that it lays flat. Iron the seams open and then match the front and back right sides together. And so the top seam and then the bottom seam. Once those seams are done, flip it inside out. So it is right side out. And then iron all of your seams flat. This may take some time since you're working on something curved. Okay, it's my favorite part. It's embellishment time. So I added these satin ribbon roses that you can get at any craft or sewing store. And I started placing them out. I also made sure that I made a marking where my seam allowance ends, just so that I don't end up putting a couple of roses right where the seam will be for the ties. So I just made a couple marks 3/8 of an inch in from the outside. And then I attached all of these roses by hand sewing. You can also use hot glue or whatever you feel most comfortable with. I chose hand sewing for this because I wanted the flowers to be really durable and not fall off at any point, and I wanted it to be really comfortable. So here's how it looked when all of my roses were attached. The next step, I wanted to kind of try the mask on, and I realized it was a little bit big. So I added a dart on either side of my mask. Here's how it looked after I pinned it. Anytime you use someone else's pattern, you can easily make any type of adjustments that you might need so that it fits you perfectly. I serged the edges of my mask and of my straps, but if you don't have a serger, you could easily use a zigzag stitch on your machine. You want to do this to ensure that your fabric doesn't fray and that it doesn't have like a super bulky seam. Our final step is to attach the ties to the mask itself. I pinned mine so that they're a little bit at an angle downward because I wanted my mask to tie at the base of my neck, or the top of my neck and the base of my head, because I have short hair, so I wanted the bow to show through. I top stitched mine so that the strap would fall behind the mask rather than it being behind the tie, so that the seam would lay flat. And once both sides are done, that's it. Your mask is finished. So let me know in the comments if you like this, what you would use to embellish your mask, and what color you would make it. Thank you so much for tuning in today.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe down below. I'll see you next time.